Welcome to HueFin News, where we give you news according to the charts. Today is November the 5th, 2017. And before we get started on our video, we want to tell you that we are not investment advisors and we are not to give you investment advice. But what we feel that we are giving you is something more phenomenal, something better that these advisors will not be able to tell you, because it will not benefit them if they were to tell you or give you the interpretation of the price bars and volume. So that's what we do on this channel. If you guys didn't know, to the new subscribers, we give you guys the price movement, the analysis of the cryptocurrencies by the price bars and the volume. That's how we predict the price movements for these cryptos. And you guys can see overall in the cryptocurrency market that the market cap did not necessarily move that much. It is now back at $199 billion. Now yesterday it was at 200 billion. So maybe about $1 billion has left the cryptocurrency market, which is not necessarily that bad, but it just goes along to show you that with our analysis, we mentioned to you that we were expecting the market to trade sideways, and that's exactly what occurred on today. Even with Bitcoin, you guys can see that they are down 0.20. Ethereum is down 1.36. Bitcoin Cash had a phenomenal day. They're up almost 3%. Ripple is down almost 1%. Litecoin 0.5%. Dash is down 1.42. Neo came out with the trading day in a positive, up 0.38. Monero's down almost 1%. And then look at Ethereum Classic, just a continuation from that push to go bar we had 2 days ago. They are up 11.77%. And on a video yesterday, we just mentioned that they was putting the brakes on for the trading day yesterday, and today they continue the push to go bar past $13, which is something that we were analyzing not on yesterday's video but the one before that. And let's go ahead without wasting any time and see what we are trying to predict these cryptocurrencies will be headed. So you guys can see that Bitcoin is down 0.15%. Last trade was at $7,336.10. So this is what, the fourth day that we see stockpile revealing itself for Bitcoin. And as the market was continuing to move higher, you guys can see that the volume has been decreasing, which tells us that the interest in higher prices is waning. And we got a push to move the market higher, but obviously the sellers overcame the buyers in the market today, and the market closed lower. But even though it made an all-time high today, we are still getting that stockpile revealing itself on Bitcoin. And we told you yesterday that we are not necessarily in Bitcoin right now, due to the fact that we see this stockpile coming in every day, and eventually the sellers will overwhelm the buyers and the market will move lower. And that is what we are forecasting for Bitcoin, is for them to trade sideways to lower. Now that sideways could also come back and include $7,500, but we're looking for at least Bitcoin to come and touch $7,200, and if not that, then we're looking for $7,100 for Bitcoin. So that is our analysis for them to trade sideways, and it's between $7,500 all the way. Starting point is $7,200, and if not that, then $71. So next is going to be Ethereum. So Ethereum is down 1.52%. Last trade was at $294.55. So the market moved lower, and we were expecting that for Ethereum for them to trade sideways. And I believe we was looking for 290, and the market came all the way down to 292. So not that bad, but the market is still giving us precursors of weakness with the continuation of the market moving lower. So the market is not necessarily ready to move higher. So we're still expecting them to move sideways at least, and that's starting point would be around $290. Now, if not that, it might come to $285 if the sellers are still in the market for Ethereum. But the volume has been subsiding over the last 2 trading days, which tells us that the market may come and touch $290 and move higher. If not, from where it currently is trading, it might come all the way back up to 305. So we're expecting Ethereum to trade sideways again, and that would be from $290 possibly all the way back up to 305, or even the high that occurred on November the 3rd, which was $307. So now let's go to Bitcoin Cash. So Bitcoin Cash is up 5%. Last trade was at $644.45. And Bitcoin Cash was acting the same way, with Bitcoin making higher highs over the last couple of trading days, and then the market put the brakes on the 4th of November. But then today the market did move lower, and then for it to close higher than it closed yesterday tells us that interest in higher prices is still in Bitcoin Cash. That's why the current bar is giving us a up bar. The bar is moving higher, but you guys can see that stockpile has already come in on this bar. So our analysis will be for them to continue to trade sideways from $620 to where it came and touched, and it might come all the way back up to $680. That's a possibility for Bitcoin Cash. It might even come back up to this high all the way from September the 1st, which was $656. So that might be an expectation for Bitcoin Cash, and already did that. Matter of fact, it came to $658.56. So if we get more stockpile for Bitcoin Cash on the market, then we will expect the market to move lower, and then that will be coming all the way back down to around 600 if the stockpile becomes more overwhelming than the buyers can handle. So our analysis is for Bitcoin Cash to continue to trade possibly between $600 all the way back up to $680. So next is going to be Ripple. So Ripple is down 0.36%. Last trade was at 19 cents, and Ripple is not participating in the game of trading right now. They are still trading within the range, and we expected that after we had all of this stockpile come in on the 3rd of November. So the last 2 trading days, the market has been moving lower, but not necessarily that low, which tells us that business is still being transacted here for Ripple, and that will be our expectation again, because the volume is about the same as what it was yesterday, but the market did not necessarily move that low. Matter of fact, the spread of today's bar is a lot smaller than the spread from yesterday. So it kind of tells us that the buyers might be in the market buying. So Ripple may continue to trade. It might come down to the low that occurred on 29th and the 25th of October, but then move higher. And we're still looking at 21 cents. Sound like a broken record. Still looking for Ripple to come to 21 cents. And if the market is still giving us more strength than weakness, then expected to come to 22. So now let's go to Litecoin. So Litecoin is down 0.91%. Last trade was at $54.23. So Litecoin is also trading within the range. The market over the last 2 trading days has been moving lower, but you guys can see that the bar for today compared to yesterday's bar is a lot lighter, and the volume is a lot higher. So obviously the market participants are within Litecoin trying to maintain that price around $54. If they cannot, then expect it to come possibly to the open and close from the 1st and the 2nd of November, which was around $52, almost $53. But we still will hold $52 as the point that Litecoin can come and touch. But if the buyers are in control, then expected it still come to $56. Okay, so that would be our analysis for Litecoin, is for them to continue to trade sideways, and we're looking for that $52 to $56 area. Now, if it could break $56, then expect it to come to the high open and close from the 29th and the 30th of October, which was around $57. So now let's go to Dash. Dash is down 1.21%. Last trade was at $269.70. So Dash still did not come back into this ascending triangle, which tells us that the market is definitely giving us more precursors of weakness than strength, and the market did close lower than yesterday's close, but the volume is extremely light compared to the last 3 trading days. So the volume in sellers might have been absorbed and consumed. So we might be expecting Dash to be moving higher, and hopefully it will come back into the descending triangle one more time and at least come to 280. So that would be the high that we will be expecting Dash to be moving. And if it does move lower, then expect it to come all the way back down to 260. But given the light volume compared to the last 3 trading days, it's more probable for Dash to move higher and possible back into this descending triangle. And first point would be $280. So now let's go to Neo. So Neo is up 1.08%. Last trade was at $26.48. So Neo came right back from that consumption bar we had, with probable precursors of strength. We had to push the go up bar, and then the market shot higher, but the stockpile in the market pushed it back down. And then today we got light volume as the market did move lower. That is a trial run bar, so we would like to see we would like to see confirmation for this current bar that is forming, and that means we need to see it close higher than it closed from today. Now, given the light volume, that is a very good sign, but we still don't have that confirmation. But our analysis would be for Neo to be moving higher, and the first area would be 27, and then 28 definitely is probable for us to see Neo come and touch once again, if not higher. It might even come all the way up to 29 if the buyers are still interested in higher prices for Neo, but we're looking for them to at least come to 28. So now let's go to Ethereum Classic. So Ethereum Classic is up 11.78%. Last trade was at $13.10. So wow. We knew that Ethereum Classic from the 3rd of November that it was going to try to come back up to $13, and it did that today. Matter of fact, it went to a high of $14.24, but the volume and the stockpile from where the bar closed tells us that sellers came back in the market for the time being. So now what we need to see is precursors of strength right here around this support line that we've drawn / resistance over the last couple of weeks. We need to see precursors of strength here in order for Ethereum Classic to stay above $13. If not, then it will come right back down, and it might come all the way down to $12.50 as a place to come and touch. Okay, so that will be our analysis for Ethereum Classic, for them to possibly move lower to $12.50 due to the stockpile that came in for today. So $12.50 will be the low that we will expect to see Ethereum Classic. Now, if the buyers are still interested in higher prices, then expect it to come right back up to that $14 area that it did today. If the buyers are still interested, if not, then $12.50 will be the location that we will be expecting Ethereum Classic to be trading. So then the last one is going to be Monero. So Monero is down 0.73%. Last trade was at $86.20. So looking at this particular price chart, you guys can see how dull the trading has been for Monero over the last month or so. The market has not moved at all ever since what's that, like the 15th of September, the market has been within this range between 105 and $83. So you guys can see that Monero has been making higher highs. As a matter of fact, it's been making lower highs. That's exactly what's been going on for Monero. And given the fact that it hasn't been necessarily giving us any volatility, we will still expect Monero to trade within the range it has been, and it's still $84 all the way back up to 92. Because one of the things that really concerns us is the fact that we had this consumption bar and the market gave us the confirmation, but the last 2 trading days we did not get any results from it. So that is one of the major precursors of weakness that we acknowledge for Monero, that it's not necessarily ready to move higher, but please note the light volume that we do see in this particular range. So it might shoot higher tomorrow for that fact alone, because the interest in these lower prices are now gone and they will want it moving higher to about 92. So that will be our analysis for Monero, is for them to trade between $84 and $92. So that's all we have for today, November 5th, 2017. Appreciate all the new subscribers who have came on the last couple of days. Guys, continue to watch these videos. The purpose is for you guys to gain the confidence in the market, to gain the language of the markets that no one else is able to tell you, and you all can learn it as well. If you guys got any questions or comments, go ahead, leave it in the comment section. And if you guys are running short of time, make sure you guys use those timestamps in the description as well. But overall, we're seeing the market giving us more sideways trading action for tomorrow. Bitcoin may actually trade sideways for once after so many days of making all-time highs. We're expecting them to at least give us some sideways trading action on tomorrow, and if that occurs, then some of the altcoins might do the same thing. But that's all we have for today. You guys make sure you stay profitable, and we'll talk to you later.